Today on Studio G, we'll update you on the disappearance of the Malaysian Airlines flight.
Troy Foskey gives us an inside look of the reigning basketball season.
And reporter Zach Fuentes sits down with a music major from the College of Fine Arts.
Don't touch that mouse. Studio G starts right now. Welcome to Monday's edition. I'm Fabiola Marzano.
And I'm Elena Ledbetter. Police arrested Christine Allen for drowning her 3-year-old child's son in the bathtub on Saturday. Allen claims the voices told her to do it. She is charged with murder and is currently being held at the Clark County Detention Center.
One man is dead after a police shooting on Woodworth and Tonopah late last night. Police have stated that this is an ongoing investigation. The incident is the first one in this year for North Las Vegas Police Department.
There is still no sign of the Malaysian Airlines flight that went missing on Saturday after air traffic controllers lost contact with the plane. Officials have sent a search and rescue team to locate the aircraft. According to officials, there are about 228 passengers on board who were supposed to be transported from Malaysia across to Vietnam and China. The aircraft departed from Kuala Lumpur at around midnight and was scheduled to land in Beijing in the following morning.
I do not want to speculate on that yet because I want to pray really hard that they are all safe. And we are trying to do everything in our powers to find where the plane is. So really to speculate whether it is the worst tragedy or on percentages, I think is far too early to say.
Family and friends of the passengers gather in Beijing in hopes to soon reunite with their missing loved ones. They were led by authorities through a swarm of reporters. None of the family members are willing to speak out about the ongoing investigation.
We are looking at all possibilities, but it's too early to make any conclusive remarks. I'd just like to say that our thoughts and prayers are with the bereaved families affected.
The possibility that the missing airline could be linked to terrorism after it emerged that 2 passengers on board appeared to have been using stolen passports. However, this case is still under investigation and nothing is certain.
A pregnant woman drove her minivan with her 3 children inside into the ocean Tuesday. Ebony Wilkinson was driving on Daytona Beach in Florida when she accelerated towards the ocean. Lifeguards and bystanders rushed to the car in an attempt to stop the minivan. Wilkinson and her 3 children, ages 3, 9, and 10, were trapped inside the sinking vehicle.
Into account the actual incident, you take into account, we've interviewed the woman. She was charged before that, but the fact of that she did intentionally try to kill the children. Witnesses observed this. We had witnesses who actually saw her go into the surf. We had witnesses who tried to get the children out of the car, which she tried to keep them from rescuing the children. We also have the fact of what the children have told us, that their mother was trying to kill them. She actually told them to close their eyes and go to sleep. She was taking them to a better place. She definitely tried to kill her children from everything we have seen. So you take all this into account. And we also take into account this is a tragic event, and our goal is to get her into the system so that we can protect the children and take whatever action we need to help her too.
Wilkinson and her 3 children were rescued from the minivan. Sheriff Johnson said the children have been placed into Child Protective Services. Wilkinson, on the other hand, is in the hospital undergoing mental evaluation. Wilkinson and her father and the 2 children told authorities that Wilkinson has been having trouble and been through an abusive marriage.
Orca captivity may be coming to an end due to a bill proposal that would ultimately stop killer whale shows at SeaWorld. State Assembly members Richard Bloom proposed this bill due to the documentary Blackfish.
AB 2140 will end performance-based entertainment for all orcas in the state of California. It will end captive orca breeding, and it will end the import and export of orcas into and out of the state. And lastly, it will limit the type of human interaction for trainer safety. California has long been a leader in animal welfare, and we must continue to lead the way. There's simply no justification for the continued captive display of orcas for entertainment purposes.
Blackfish raises concerns about the well-being of the orcas as well as the trainers.
About greed, and this is about corporate exploitation, both of the whales and the trainers, but most importantly, the whales, because I was able to leave. I resigned in August 2012. It was heartbreaking to do that, but I was able to move on with my life. Those whales cannot move on with their life. They're stuck in those pools.
The bill needs a simple majority to pass. However, some lawmakers are not on board because it has the potential to take away from the region economically. After the break, we're going to see how the Running Rebels are preparing for their up-and-coming tournament.
That's right, so stay with us.
I'm Christian FGY.
Kaylin Height.
And I'm Jay Luna.
And we're Ill Vibe here.
It's an underground hip-hop show here at UNLV, where we focus on making the hip-hop culture in the Las Vegas Valley more prevalent and just making people more aware of up-and-coming underground hip-hop artists.
Basically, we play what we like. It's really as simple as that. Most of the stuff we like are our hits, so it's both.
On KUNV HD2, Las Vegas.
I want this place to be a place that they feel safe, it's secure, a place where they get inspired. So many times we kind of get complacent in our everyday life, transforming lives in the community from the inside out. I've been in fitness my whole life, but now tying that in now in my spiritual walk, it's been just amazing. Some people may want to run a marathon. Some may want to just get off their asthma inhaler. Exercising and moving our bodies, I think it's, I always say, if you don't use it, you lose it.
The Running Rebels are wrapping up their regular season. Reporter Troy Fosgate gives us the scoop.
Outside the Thomas & Mack Center, students critique the Running Rebels season and their tournament hopes.
This season, it's been kind of up and down, a little inconsistent. Compared to like the last couple of seasons, I'd rate it probably about a 6 or 7. Hasn't been very impressive, but I mean, we've kind of taken care of business. But it's nothing really exceptional.
Once in the tournament, it's going to be on a day-to-day basis for us. We have to play good defense, obviously, for every game. We have to play if we're going to win, but they kind of need to just show up. If they show up, then they have the talent to beat anybody.
The team's youth conveyed inexperience, but that does not stop their motivation.
The youth of the team plays a role in the sense that they're so inexperienced throughout the year that it led to a lot of ups and downs. As far as how I think it'll benefit them for the rest of the season, I think they're too young to realize that everybody thinks they're kind of a bust already. I think that their mentality still thinks they're good enough to win it, and I think that's huge for the Rebels.
One of its veteran players is the Runnin' Rebs X Factor.
This season so far, it's all DeVille Smith. When he steps up and has a really good game, I just feel like we always win those games, or almost win those games. I mean, if he's playing good, we're usually playing good as a team.
Yasik believes the youth movement will become even stronger.
I'm so excited for this year because I think we still do really big things. Win the Mountain West Tournament, go to the NCAA, have a good run. But I mean, next season, top 10 recruiting class, oh, it's going to look good. Like, I'm excited already for next year.
For Studio G, I'm Troy Fosgate.
Thanks, Troy. The Runnin' Rebels begin their Mountain West Conference tournament on Wednesday.
The owners of the 99-cent store located at the south side of Flamingo Road went bankrupt, and now UNLV is trying to buy it. UNLV's Vice President of Finance and Business, Jerry Bamati, broke the deal to the Regents Thursday, saying he would like to purchase the property for $4 million. According to Bamati, the money will come from the student funds, the Rainbow Gardens, and the land acquisition account. The Chancellor and Regents granted authority to purchase the property after the conference. This is what some of the Regents had to say.
UNLV is a landlocked institution. It has less property per student than other peer institutions of its size, and so it's important from a long-term perspective that it make opportunistic acquisitions of property in the area around the campus so that it has room for future growth.
I think it's critical that we expand the UNLV community. One of the things that I always do is tell people my story, which is I graduated from ATech and went to the University of Southern California and ended up transferring and coming back and graduating from UNLV. But one of the things that I really felt was missing at that time was that total community campus-based experience. And so one of the things that we'd like to do is to acquire more property along Flamingo, along Maryland Parkway, to expand our footprint over there and to make it a real community for our students, faculty, and staff.
The owners of the property haven't decided whether to sell it for $4 million. This decision is still pending.
If you're looking for something fun to do on campus, look no further. The Rebel Events Board is in charge of planning and holding major campus-wide events. They're the organization behind Homecoming, Premiere, UNLV, and most recently, Rebels After Dark. Reporter Tristan Balagtas has more.
Student Union, the Rebel Events Board hosted their first Rebels After Dark event of the semester. With the theme of Rebels in Paris, there was food, caricature artists, canvas painting, and dancing. Event coordinator Alana Bonsilao says the purpose of this event is to provide UNLV students with a safe and fun social escape.
It's supposed to be like an alternate program or like an alternate program for college kids instead of like going out to the bars, like going out to the strip.
With a variety of free and fun activities, event goers seem to be in good spirits.
My friends goes here. We were all planning on going out tonight, so we all came together. She was like, hey, cool, there's this thing at UNLV, you guys want to go? There's painting, there's dancing, there's food, there's fun stuff, and so we came along. I'm actually really glad we did.
Participant Chris Cannon was hesitant and weary of the idea of Rebels After Dark, but his mind was quickly changed when he realized just how much fun he was having.
This was a total surprise. I came here thinking we were going to dance, hang out, drink some fake champagne, and then, just hang out with some people we didn't know. Now we got here, there's some paint up here, so we're all kind of having fun doing it that.
UNLV student Isabel Chua got word of the event and decided to give it a try.
It was blasted out throughout, and it looked interesting, so my friends and I just came here.
Alana Bonsilao was happy with the unexpected turnout.
I really didn't expect this much people, so I'm really glad that everyone kind of got the memo about it and decided to stop by, and I think they're all having fun.
For Studio G, I'm Tristan Balagtas.
The next Rebels After Dark event will be held in April, and the theme will be The Great Gatsby. Events are free and open to students, faculty, and staff.
After the break, Christina will have our 7-day forecast.
Stay tuned.
Joining a student organization can enhance and redefine the UNLV college experience. UNLV has over 200 registered student organizations on campus and in the Las Vegas community, encompassing a variety of interests, activities, and beliefs among the student body. To explore, access, and join a student organization, visit the Involvement Center website under my.unlv.edu. Be a rebel. Get involved.
The name of my show is The Revolution, where you get your fix. What I do is I motivate individuals, and I play local artist music, and I get people connected to events on campus and in the community. Social revolution that's happening. We want to be able to be a catalyst for that and motivate people. This is Don Conker, The Revolution, KUMV, HD2, 91.5 The Rebel.
Good afternoon. Right now we're at 76 degrees, sunny with some clouds, and we'll have winds at 17 miles per hour. So here's your breakdown for today. At 3 p.m. we should be around 76 degrees with winds around 15 miles per hour. At 6 p.m. 78, and our winds will pick up just a couple miles per hour. And then at 9 we'll have variable winds between 10 to 15 miles per hour, and we should be at 68 degrees. For Mount Charleston, the high will be 81. We'll have a low of 58. Winds will be around 20 to 25 miles per hour. Lake Mead will have a high of 83 and a low of 43, and winds will be at 15 to 20 miles per hour. And they do have a wind wind advisory. So our wind source is coming from this cold front and it's making its way, but we should expect any precipitation to stay north of us. So right now we have Tonopah at 57, Reno 56, Winnemucca raining 42, and Elko at 48. What can we expect for the rest of our week? Tuesday will be windy, Wednesday and Thursday will be breezy, and on Friday we'll start warming up and on Monday we should be at 80. Well, that's all the weather I have for you today. We'll be right back after this short break.
Participation in Greek fraternity and sorority life at UNLV can provide an experience like no other. With benefits including supportive friends, leadership and career opportunities, and community service.
Greek life at UNLV is really great because it's a good way to network and meet new people from all over the place.
We got academics and we're all about that culture. So we encompass everything all around, and we're out here and we're trying to better ourselves and try to make it better, and let's just make it all better all together.
Collegiate DECA promotes personal and professional development through competitive events, community involvement, and leadership development.
I joined DECA because I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. So I got to meet people, network, and definitely work on my public speaking.
To join DECA, it's a very simple process. You have to pay a $25 membership fee. You can either come to our next meeting, our website, which is unlvdeca.co.vu.
We're open to all majors who are interested in business, finance, or hospitality-related fields.
And welcome back from the break. I'm Zach Fuentes, and today we're sitting here with Kyle Bizantz. I think you were actually our first musician of this season of Studio G to come on the show.
Awesome.
So thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. So
So you are a performing arts student here at UNLV.
Correct.
Tell us about that major, that side of campus. It's a side that we here in the journalism side don't get to see too often.
It's interesting. We
Yeah.
have a lot of character in that corner of the campus with the different theaters, the one music building, and then the Fine Arts College, where photography and sculpture and a whole myriad of things happen. But it's interesting because we have just so many people, and a lot of people that aren't in that area just don't show up. I mean, I've never seen somebody from, with the exception of a few people in like a guitar class or a gen ed class, come in and just be around the building like I am with some other buildings. I feel like not a lot of people from the outside of the university or outside of that college make their way over to that area. So it's kind of interesting.
I'm gonna have to take a visit there one day, I think.
Yeah.
So tell us, what instrument do you play?
I play a number of instruments. I'm a percussionist.
Okay.
Performance major in percussion. So our goal is to be as well-rounded as possible with as many instruments as possible in the percussion family. So I play keyboard instruments such as xylophones, marimbas, vibraphones, conga drums, so hand drums, a lot of world percussion, Brazilian instruments, Afro-Peruvian instruments, anything you can imagine, snare drums, bass drums, drum set. We have to have a vocabulary in just about everything under the sun, really.
That's really broad. What's your favorite one?
My favorite is marimba, because it allows me to be musical, more so than most of the other instruments. It's melodic, it's harmonic. I play with 4 implements, and two implements in each hand, and it's like a giant piano. So I get to play it very soloistically, and it works well with composition and other things. So that's definitely my favorite. And it's a beautiful sounding instrument. If you've never heard it live, do yourself the favor to come and watch.
That's something I find with everything, is that you hear these instruments in recordings, even with singers, you hear them in a recording or something, but when you hear them live, it's a totally different experience.
Yeah. It's especially in collegiate music, because a lot of it is chamber. It's a lot of small groups, 5 to 10 people. Mm-hmm. And we play in very resonant halls, especially in Doc Rando, which is our recital hall. It's a gorgeous hall. It hits you in a way that just recordings don't. A lot of people, don't have necessarily the speakers or the sound quality audio recordings that what you get when it's live. You feel the emotion of the players, and you even get the little ticks and the mistakes that really make it human.
Yeah.
And really you connect to it.
You really do. You really do. So you guys have different concerts that you play around here on campus. They're for free. Can you tell us about them?
There are a number of concerts. They're all based on the ensembles that play. So we have most classically that anybody would understand the most would be the UNLV Symphony Orchestra. Plays things like Bach, Beethoven, Brahms, the big orchestral works that have been passed down through hundreds of years. We have the UNLV Wind Orchestra, which is a very high quality concert ensemble, all wind players, no string instruments, all wind and brass and percussion. And then we have the UNLV Symphonic Winds, which is the second tier, so maybe less grad students, more undergrads. Both of them are audition based, so it's maybe the second tier. It's still a great ensemble. I'm in both myself. Then we have chamber ensembles such as chamber orchestra. We have percussion ensembles, which concerts are coming up soon. So just a number of things. They all happen in either Ham Hall by the Flashlight.
The Flashlight, we all know where that's at.
Right, the Flashlight, or in Doc Rando, which is the building just to the east of the Flashlight.
How can we know when these things are happening? Is there a website we can visit?
Yes, you could go to the College of Fine Arts website, and on there is a link to the schedule. You can also go to, I believe it's music100.edu or unlv.edu.
Okay.
They have the list for all sorts of things, even individuals' recitals.
Wow.
Down to the very musician that is playing that week for his or her recital for degree credit.
Great.
Yeah.
So we are starting to run out of time, but I want to get this on record. During the rest of the show, we were sitting here, and you said that you were going to do something for Studio G. Let's get this on record.
I will compose your new ticker music for
for
interludes. I think I'll be writing that out for you so you guys have some updated music.
We are more than willing to accept that offer there.
Great.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks.
All right, we'll be right back after this break. Stay with us.
Our third pod is Kat Gonzalez. We mainly talk about pop culture and whatever movie or TV show that we're interested in right now. Pretty much everything about media, current events, current everything regarding pop culture and stuff. I want them to laugh at us because we're so awkward most of the time. I'm Chelsea. I'm Toby. And we're 3 Ps in a pod. Come listen to us at therebelhd2.com. I'm Chelsea. I'm Toby.
It's your boy Miles Lowe.
Crystal McGuerza.
King Louie here.
This is Don Conquer.
3 Ps in a pod.
The Miles Lowe Midweek Show.
The King Louie Show. The Revolution.
Combox Radio with Crystal May.
KUMV.
The Rebel HD2.
Come listen to us at therebelhd2.com.
It's indie rock, pop rock, and underground hip hop, R&B mix, electronic and dance music.
Click on the listen link and there we are.
CSUN gives students the opportunity to take part with games and activities outside the courtyard of the Student Union. Reporter Kyle Keene gives us the hands-on experience.
CSUN brings in Party of the PETA to get students involved for on-campus activities right before midterms.
So my name is Tom McAllister. I'm the Campus Life Director for CSUN Student Government here at UNLV. Right here, we're all at Party in the PIDA today. We engage well over, I would say, 1,500 students directly.
Alright, so this event, I'm having a lot of fun at it. I just came from the other side and basically the food is good. They had raisins cane, which was awesome. And I just started playing the games over here and I really like it. I enjoy it and it's really stress relieving from just getting out of lab.
It's just a fun atmosphere to kind of give students a break from class and allow them to come participate in some of our activities, get some free food, and just have a good time.
At the Party at the PIDA, students come to relieve stress, have fun, and take a break off of their studies. Here at Party in the PETA, CSUN always gives students a great experience. For Studio G, I'm Kyle King.
Sounds like Kyle enjoyed himself out there as well as students who attended. So if you had a long day studying, why not take a break and enjoy other stuff that are around campus?
There's a florist that got her job through Instagram. Victoria Hogan's the first to have a mobile flower shop on the streets of downtown. Reporter Monica Cran has more.
Hogan grew up on a farm in Alabama. She started nurturing plant life at the age of 5. Former alumni of UNLV got her Master of Fine Arts degree and intertwined her creativity with what she learned growing up.
I actually got my job through Instagram. Park posted an ad that they needed a gardener, and I had actually just moved back to Vegas because I spent a little bit of time in New York I was doing like professional gardening there. I was David Bowie's gardener for a little while, and I moved back because I missed Vegas so much, and I just happened to be in the right place at the right time.
Networking with local businesses, the Flora Pop owner found that selling from her mobile trailer set her apart from other floral shops in town.
I've really had to push myself a lot, because I did move back here without a job, so it was kind of like hit the ground running. I'm constantly like challenging myself and just looking for new opportunities. So I have a 1950s teardrop trailer that I've sort of retrofitted so that I can sell flowers out of the back.
Gardening 5 days a week and catering to the plant's needs in the dry desert, Hogan is a part of the downtown renovation.
Especially with downtown going through such a huge transformation, it's just kind of a nice added touch to see something that is living, and flowers are sort of a fragile commodity, but I think it's like the final touch on a spot. It really freshens up the place.
There's always room to grow in downtown Las Vegas. For Studio G, I'm Monica Cran.
The UNLV alum plans to go all over the city with her Flora Pop mobile.
Nothing makes a university more proud than having its graduates move on bigger things and better things. Reporter Nicole Reynolds has more.
Nick Kosayan, an owner and general manager of Stefanos Greek and Mediterranean Grill, graduated from UNLV with a degree in marketing and has used all he has learned to expand his family's restaurant.
The restaurant started back in '98. My grandmother and uncle, Stefano, started it. They started off as a daily chicken and bakery. The restaurant was doing so much better than the bakery, we kind of got rid of the bakery. And in '06, we expanded and got the store next to it and expanded, and then at that time changed the name to Stefanos Greek and Mediterranean Grill.
The food is a healthy fusion of Greek, Armenian, and Lebanese, but out of all the food they sell, one seems to be the spinning center of attention.
Well, the gyro is Greek. It's the word gyro means spinning. So it's beef and lamb ground together, and then we put it on a spit, and we slice it off.
Food isn't just something this family does, it is something that this family is. Stefano's 2 locations are nothing more than an extension of what Stefano and his family love to do.
Our family loves to eat. We just love to cook all the time. My grandmother, my mom, and my sister are cooking something every day. Even though they cook here, they would cook at the restaurant. At home, they're cooking something else. And you go home and there's a new meal every day, and I just love it. Sundays are huge for us. On Sundays, we still go to Stefano's house, and he will do barbecue or something that day, and we all eat together. That's a huge part of our family's tradition or what we do.
For Studio G, I'm Nicole Reynolds.
And that's all the news we have for you today. I'm Fabiola Marzano.
And I'm Elena Ledbetter. Tune in tomorrow for more Studio G. Have a great day, Las Vegas.